Hey everyone, this is Larry. Welcome back to Today I Feel Like. I've recently upgraded my MacBook to a MacBook Pro 14-inch. I had the old MacBook Pro 15-inch. This is a 2018 model. This is a 2021. And I've had some people ask me, hey, how do I know when it's time to upgrade? So I thought I'd run a couple of benchmarks, run a couple of tests on my 15-inch and my 14-inch and take a look at the differences so you can see what the differences are between some of the performances, and you can decide maybe it's time for you to upgrade. So let's jump into it, test out a few things, and here we go. All right, so I edit a lot of videos, as you know, because I'm a YouTuber. So I'm editing videos all the time as I'm uploading videos almost every day. And so one of the favorite tests that I like to use is the Blackmagic speed test, so I can kind of get an idea of what the computer can do with different frame rates and resolutions and all that stuff there. So let's go ahead and start off with the Blackmagic speed test and see how each one performs relative to the other. So here we have both of them open here. So I have my 15-inch and my 14-inch, and let's go ahead. We'll start them both at the same time and get an idea of how they're going to perform. So here we go. And they're off and running, and wow, look at that. That was really fast. Yeah, the 14-inch over there is getting like 6,400 on the right side, 6,500 on the right side, and 5,400 on the read side. And my old 15-inch here, well, it's not slow, but it's considerably slower in comparison, where it's getting 1594, 1593 on the right side and 2162 on the read side. So now, as you can see here, they both are going to do very, very well for basically all of these frame rates and all the resolutions. So it's going to do well for everything from to handle anything from 4K 60. So yeah, lots and lots of good stuff there. All right, all the way from full 10-bit 422. So it's going to handle everything. But the 14-inch is going to be absolutely amazing because it's just really, really fast. So all right, let's go ahead and move on to the next test, and we'll see how this one does. Actually, let's go ahead and jump into it right now. This one's going to be the Aukey test. All right, so here we are. We have the Aukey System Test Lite opened up here, and I have the resolution set to 4K or Ultra HD. We can see right here that you can actually change this if you want to see how it's going to perform. Your computer's going to perform with various files and resolutions. So, but I'm going to go ahead and leave this on my the 4K Ultra HD. So let's go ahead and see how each one's going to perform. So I'm going to go ahead and hit start on both, and there we go. And wow, look at that. That is absolutely amazing how much faster the 14-inch is. The 14-inch is looking like it's more on the read speed. It's more than double, and it is almost double on the right side as well. That's very, very fast. Let me do this one more time since it went so fast. There we go. And yeah, still very much the same. Still very, very fast right there. So, all right. That's impressive. That is very, very impressive. All right, we're going to run two more benchmarks, and we're going to see how those do right now. Okay, so this next benchmark we're going to do is the Geekbench benchmark, and I have it open, the app open on both of my computers. So let's go ahead and run them. And we can see right here, we can test both the CPU and we can test the GPU on here as well. So I'm going to go ahead first and test the CPU and see what we get. We can also see what we have in our computer. It looks like on my my 15-inch MacBook Pro, we are going to have an Intel i7 2.6 gigahertz, and we have 16 gigs of RAM. So it's pretty good, pretty well spec'd machine. Over here we have the Apple M1 Pro Max, which it just says Virtual Apple. It says 2.5 gigahertz or at 2.4 gigahertz and 64 gigs of RAM. So, all right, let's go ahead and run the CPU benchmark and see what we get. So let me go ahead and click this right there, and it's off and running. And these tests can take a few minutes here, so I'm just going to go ahead and let them run for a few minutes, and then we'll see how they do. All right, well, it looks like the 14-inch is done, and the 15-inch is still running a little bit there. So we'll let that finish up here. So yeah, it looks like it's probably going to need a bit of extra time, but we'll go ahead and we'll look at the 14-inch score, and we can see right there it says that we are getting a single core score of 5975, and that is, yeah, that's pretty good. And then we're also getting a multi-core score of 34,953. That is that's just pretty bananas right there. So yeah, all right, now we have the 15-inch done over here. And the 15-inch is giving us 3939 on the single core score and 15,594 on the multi-core score. So on the 14-inch, it looks like we're getting more than twice as it's more than twice as fast. The multi-core score is giving us twice the score on the Apple Silica chip, the Pro Max chip there, and the M1 Pro Max or M1 Max chip versus the 15-inch, which has an Intel chip, the i7 chip. So yeah, these are really, really impressive scores, really on both computers, but extremely impressive on the 14-inch MacBook Pro. So now there's one last test that I want to run, and that is another Geekbench test, but because Geekbench runs both the CPU and the GPU test. So let's go ahead and run the GPU test now and see how that does. All right, so here we are back in the app here. Let's go ahead and I'm going to click where it says compute right there so that I can get the GPU benchmark going. And right here we can see where it says run compute benchmark right there. It tells me what my graphics card is. On the 15-inch, it looks like I have the Intel R UHD Graphics 630. And on the Apple computer, it looks like it says compute device Apple M1 Max. And so yeah, all right, well, there we go. That's it. Let's go ahead. And now the Apple one does have the integrated graphics card, whereas my 15-inch here, it has a dedicated graphics card. That's why this is showing up separately. So it's going to show the compute device as the M1 Max chip because it's integrated. So all right, let's go ahead and start this run compute benchmark so we can see what we're going to get for our graphics performance and see how it does. Wow, look at that. The 14-inch is already done, and we are getting a OpenCL score of 200. This looks like it's like 221,043. So we're getting a OpenCL score of 221,043, and it looks like the 15-inch is now finished up, and we are getting a score of 30,767. Wow, that is absolutely bananas. I mean, when you look at the difference right there in the graphics performance, we're talking about just I'm not good at math, so I'm not even gonna try and calculate how much, like what factor of what or what the percentages are. But as you can see, that's a huge difference between 30,767 versus 221,043. That is massive. That is a massive difference. And you're going to see that difference when you're doing graphics heavy work, whether that be, photo editing or video editing, or maybe you're doing some sort of, rendering CAD files or something like that. You're really going to see the difference with the new MacBook Pro, the 14-inch, where you have that new Apple Silica with the integrated graphics card. All right, everyone, so there we have it. That is it. That is a quick comparison between the old 2018 MacBook Pro, this is the 15-inch MacBook Pro, and the new Apple Silica M1 Pro Max, the 14-inch. And as you can see, the performance level on every single benchmark is absolutely amazing and just really, really incredible. I mean, if you're talking about if you're talking about, you know, whether or not you think you should upgrade, I think the tests stand, you know, it's going to stand for itself. You can see the results. It's time to upgrade if you haven't already. And as things get more intense, especially with video editing and photo editing, where you start to have cameras with higher resolution, both on the photo and video side, where people are shooting 4K, 8K, they're shooting 10-bit video, they're shooting raw video, they're shooting things that are very, very heavy and resource intensive, and you're gonna see the difference. If you're editing on an old machine and you move to a new machine, you're very, very much gonna see the difference. So yeah, anyways, I'll leave a link to both of these computers down below. I don't even know if you can buy the 15-inch anymore because it's a 2018, but I'm gonna leave a link to to some Mac computers down below so that you can check them out. I'm also gonna leave a link to my Amazon page, my social media contacts, so you can reach me elsewhere. And I hope you enjoyed seeing this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and please subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Instagram. And I am Larry with Today I Feel Like. Thanks for coming back to see me. Come back and see me soon. And until next time, love, peace, and hair grease. Peace.